quarantine tea is scalding. Lotus Squad, welcome back to Lotus Tarot TV 444, y'all. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Lotus Squad. Manny, I want to address your comment that I see here in the chat. Thank you so much. Manny says, hi, beautiful. You have a lovely energy about you. Sending positive thoughts to you and wishing you the best. Nirale says, happy Sunday. Thank you so much, Manny. I really do appreciate that. And happy Sunday to all of you as well. Guys, thank you so much for the likes. I see you guys are already getting it in before I even mentioned it. So I see y'all showing out tonight. Y'all ready for the scalding tea, huh? Yup. Hey, Famouche. Welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. Now, before we get into the at hand, okay, I wanted to talk about well, first of all, let me give a big shout out to my sponsors. Okay. I noticed that there were some new people that became members to this channel. If you guys would also like to become members, you guys can look beneath all of my videos or on my channel page, and you can hit the join button where you guys get some awesome custom badges, emojis, and awesome little perks. And it's a great way to show your support to the channel. So I just want to say to the new people that have become members, thank you guys so much. Hey, Tony, welcome to the show, girl. Glad to have you. And yeah, thank you so much to all of you that have shared that last video that I did where I'm calling all light workers. Please, everyone, if you've missed it, to those of you just joining the stream, please do go and check that video out and drop a comment below and, share with us how that chant has affected you. It is basically just a chant to benefit all of us universally. So I want everybody to get in on that and to please share it with all light workers. Now, there are some specific channels that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Let me slow down. One person in particular that I watched last night and that I've been watching for a long time is Lovely T. Hello, Keisha. Welcome to the show, sweetie. Lovely T. I'm not sure if you guys watch that channel, but for those of you that do, I absolutely love her. And I think her spirit is amazing. And I love the message that she had to share. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share her video here in the chat. I'm also going to share her video in the description box below. And then once this live stream is finished processing and posting, I'm going to also share the link there as well. I think there's a lot of beautiful messages that she has to share regarding the current events right now. And there's also someone else that I've been watching as well. His name is Walter Hampton. Yo, I found him just a few days ago, and I have been binge watching him ever since. I love his spirit as well. And he has me cracking up. Manny, I saw what you had to say. Why am I so pretty? I really appreciate that. Thank you, sweetie. I guess I'm going to have to give thanks to God, because you know what? God is the glory. Now, I also wanted to bring to your attention, guys, that I've been talking about these particular videos for a very long time in regards to my childhood abuse video that I have been talking about for over a year, as well as integration of the shadow. Well, you guys don't have to wait any longer. I actually just finished recording these videos before I decided to come on tonight. So you guys can look forward to that. And keep in mind, the childhood abuse one's a little bit long, but it's for a good cause. And I think that it would help a lot of people who may have gone through any trauma in their past. So now that that is out of the way, thank you once again to those of you that have left a like. And if you're just joining, be sure to share the stream and get ready for the messages, because this quarantine tea is scalding. So let me ask you the cards before we get into the messages, gods and goddesses. What messages do you have for the collective all zodiac signs? What message do we need to see? Please give me a Celtic cross, please, for all zodiac signs. What messages do we need to see? Now, also, guys, if you could do me a huge favor while I'm shuffling the cards, before I forget, guys, please do, if you guys know any other light workers, I sent an email to just about every damn tarot reader and spiritual worker that I watch on this platform. And I think that if you guys have any other light workers that you guys watch on the platform, I would really appreciate it if you guys go and check out that last video I did calling all light workers, and please share it with as many light workers and even with your family and friends as possible. I truly appreciate it, and it'd be a positive thing to share with everyone, especially during this time with all the stress and chaos going around. Thanks for having us. It's my pleasure, Nirole. So let me ask one more time, gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for all zodiac signs? For the collective, give me a Celtic cross, please. What messages do we need to see? Oh, wow. Manny says, I have a beautiful green aura. That's interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I think that after I did the spiritual bath and I did that chant earlier today with that video, something inside of me really feels like I've been uncaged, like I've been set free. And so I wanted to share that with all of you guys. And I really think that it would benefit you guys as well, especially to those of you who may be having, any trouble overcoming any traumas or overcoming things from your past, or severing soul ties that are, with toxic people, and just dealing with narcissism and healing from that as well. So I really feel like that message could be beneficial to all of you as well. So guys, just be sure to check that out. Manny says all sevens. Beautiful. That's a lucky number for me. So I feel like what you're trying to tell us is seeking solace in solitude after you get done chilling with the squad. And also that's all about the divine being with you, and all of your prayers are being answered. And guys, if you guys could do me a favor, can you guys also please share this stream as well? I'd like to get a lot more people in here. Usually we're a full house, but I guess I don't know what's going on tonight. That's all right. We're going to keep it going anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle this a little bit more, and then we will lay this all out. I see the High Priestess coming up, you guys. So I love the way that we're starting off so far. This is all about the intuition and tapping into the esoteric, or otherwise the unseen. I feel like some of us are really starting to process all of the psychic downloads that have been coming through, and we are tapping into any channeled messages from our guides. We are tapping into the secrets of the universe. We are starting to be at one with nature and be at one with those around us, even if we are practicing social distancing and things. I also feel like there have been some decisions that we're making here. We're staying silent about our next move, and we're focused on, being a lot more cautious, being a lot more discreet. Right now, I see that some of us have been seeing a lot of winged creatures. So moths, butterflies. Some of us have been seeing a lot of blue jays, hummingbirds, hawks, cardinals, and crows especially. Now, crows, although they on one hand signify death, which in itself is transformation, crows can also represent revelations. And it can also represent where we're headed right now, where some of us are starting to develop a lot more psychic abilities and intuitive abilities that we may not have realized that we had. A lot of gifts are starting to develop, and empaths especially, we're starting to really become acquainted with, to be brought to the light. So let's go ahead and cut this deck, and let's lay out the spread and see what we have. There's definitely some secrets here that somebody's not telling us. And there could be someone here that isn't who they've said that they were. It could be a water sign or someone with water in their chart here, or it could just be someone that may have expressed their interest in us. But yet there's someone here, maybe there's multiple people here that haven't been taking action when it comes to their creative pursuits. They haven't been taking action when it comes to maybe coming through, picking us up. Maybe somebody's not able to come through and pick us up. There could be a situation where now we're starting to intuitively pick up on someone's false charms. And we're starting to intuitively pick up on other people's jealousy and deceptions. I also feel like there's a lot of codependent behavior going on. So there could be a lot of people here that may be identifying some codependent traits within themselves or within those around them. Maybe this is just someone that needs to be needed. So there's always like this unhealthy or imbalanced dynamic with this type of individual. And just intuitively, we're realizing that we don't need to be involved with anybody, especially when it comes to matters of the heart at this current time. Now, that's kind of an understatement, or the understatement of the year, because there's a lot of other things that we're currently working through right now that we really don't have time to be dealing with this type of energy or dealing with love or focusing on love at this time. Anyway, there's definitely somebody that's trying to get away with their misdeeds or getting away with, illegal activity here. There's something going on concerning injustices. So within the legal system, there are people that aren't doing right by others, which is interesting because something that was mentioned in Lovely T's video alluded to the fact that nonviolent crimes, or not, criminals that have been arrested for nonviolent crimes, are now being released. And it's interesting because I actually saw in my area here in Houston that they released a murder suspect. So there's also a lot going on with this situation as well, where there's just a lot of decisions that are unfair that we're picking up on, or that we're tapping into. Now, let's lay this all out. Right now, money is starting to look good, and I feel like we're focused on maintaining our control. A lot of us are really starting to tap into our inner peace and using our intuition to guide us through the darkness. I also feel like there may be a lot that we're finally releasing emotionally. So anything that may have brought us to tears, or any losses, anybody that we've walked away from, or anyone that has walked away from us, any conflicts that we may have finally, removed ourselves from concerning family, concerning the workplace, now we're starting to find inner and outer peace due to us finally moving away from this and reaching a point of acceptance. We're no longer crying. We're no longer crying over spilt milk, for that matter. And now we have finally realized that certain people just aren't going to change. And there are certain things that we shouldn't worry ourselves about and stress ourselves out about, that's outside of our control. Now, I see that the Knight of Chalices reverse came out and the Knight of Wands reverse, and I also see the Six of Chalices coming out in the near future. So some of us could be dealing with an Aquarius, an earth sign, and a fire sign, as well as a water sign. So, damn near everybody is here, you guys. So family references, workplace, people that live with us, and people that we may have considered friends once upon a time. These people's jealousy have, they've been revealed to us. A lot of people have been exposed, and in order to maintain and protect our peace at all costs, we have now accepted that we've grown apart. The maturity level is not the same. We're not on the same level. And we just can't change certain things in certain people. There's definitely somebody here that may try to use money or use false charm and say sweet nothings. They fall in love very quickly, or maybe they confuse lust with love. And we're healing from this as well. I also see that some of us are finally making peace with an absentee father, or someone that was within our family. Especially, it could be a grandfather for some of you, where some of you guys may be speaking out in regards to some things that may have hurt your heart, in order for you to move forward and reach a point of acceptance and finally reach the final stage of grief. Now, let's go ahead and lay the rest of this out. Just from what I'm seeing, though, I see someone is looking back at us. So the way that this is looking in the spread so far with the Knight of Wands reverses person is they have no impulse control. It could be an earth sign with fire in their chart, or an Aquarius with fire and earth in their chart as well. As well as water. I also see there could just be a combination. Maybe some of us have these signs in our chart, and we may have dealt with a lot of people that 1 minute they're in, 1 minute they're out, they're hot and cold. Maybe they use money to try and buy our affections, or they use, their looks their fancy cars, their fancy house, or whatever it is outside of themselves to make themselves more appealing to us. But we can see through that, and we know that that is just overcompensation on someone's behalf. And some of us may be looking forward to having some sort of memories here in regards to family. So, family members that we used to, be so close with back in our childhood. Now we're starting to reminisce. There are a lot of people that have been reminiscing us. So especially concerning people that we've already walked away from and that we've reached a point of acceptance with, and we finally realized that we have to choose ourselves and that certain people just won't change. Now I'm starting to see that we have more of a positive mindset about things, and we are making positive changes that are in our best interest, and that we are only surrounding ourselves with people that have our best interests at heart. Now, the advice here I'm seeing with the Queen of Pentacles is all about focusing on tending your own garden. Some of us would do well with learning gardening, learning how to have a green thumb. Some of us are focused on healing our DNA. This is why I'm suggesting that the last video that I've done for the people just joining the stream, the title is Calling All Lightworkers, and that message goes for everybody. So I ask, or I call the gods and goddesses, I call on them to allow us to be able to heal our DNA and to heal our bloodline and to receive the stolen blessings from our ancestors. I'm asking them to return them back to us. And I'm seeing that right now. I mean, just look at this here. It's a beautiful card where we're tending to our own garden. We're repairing our DNA. We're maintaining our abundance here. So we're not going out and spending out of fear. We are only buying the essentials. So we're not going and buying 30,000 rolls of toilet paper, but not buying vegetables, fruit, or, seeds to grow these things. Now we're getting seeds to grow these things. Some of us could quite literally be gardening and getting fruits, vegetables, getting prepared. That way we can just go outside and eat something rather than depending on grocery stores or the lack of stock in grocery stores. I'm also seeing some of us are focused on changing our diet. And I'm seeing a lot more leafy greens. So some of us could be focused more on salads. We could be focused more on, tending to our home, cleansing our home, and budgeting. Some of us are focused on budgeting. And again, just kind of staying silent, meditating more. I also see spiritual baths here. Some of us could be, taking advantage of those and healing ourselves through that. I also see that we're very grounded here. So this is all about saving your money, focusing on abundance, focusing on your home, and manifesting success, wealth, health, and happiness. Now, I'm taking a moment just to look at what we have here in the cards, and I want to pay attention to the visuals. Some of us may be seeing spirits. Some of us may be realizing that we're mediums here. We may be having premonitions or visions. We may be dreaming about someone from the past here because they may be thinking about us. There's somebody that's been in and out of our lives for quite some time. And it could be a fire sign specifically for some of us. And right now, this person really is having a really hard time. They're frustrated. There could be a lot of frustration concerning travel plans with what we have going on and what we're trying to do. I also feel like there could be some delays when it comes to making progress on any projects or, moving, trying to find a new home. Finding new work. Some of us are, may quite literally have to stay at home due to what's going on outside. And some of us may be frustrated due to that as well. Now, I'm seeing a lot of mother and father references. So some of us could be receiving word from them or just thinking about them, or we could be picking up on them thinking about us. It could go vice versa, you guys. And I feel like there's a lot of positive changes happening within ourselves. And from what it looks like, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, some of you earth signs could be finding a fellow earth sign that you may be interested in, but there's someone here that, again, they have false charms. They may have a lot of money, but they are vain. They are deceptive. They're charmed. They're not being honest with themselves, and they're not being honest with us here. And so there's something here where somebody's trying to come through again, but they're not happy at the fact that, either we canceled plans with them or we're about to. Now, there's also a situation that I see where there's a lot of impulsivity. So a lot of people that have been impulsive or reckless with us and with their own lives, now I'm starting to see that because we are protecting our peace at all costs, a lot of people are really starting to see this huge shift, not only in our attitude, but in our energy. So they don't have to be talking to us to feel what's going on. Some of us could be talking about our childhood, with someone here that is a counselor, or some of us could be discussing things that have a lot to do with a soulmate type of partnership. Now, I also see some of us could be dealing with an Aries specifically, where this person, there's a lot of father, boss, and fire sign references here, where a lot of narcissism is indicated, and somebody, I think we're picking up intuitively on what they're thinking, even if they're not speaking, or even if we're not speaking to them. There's still this arrogance to this person. They just, somebody, there seems to be multiple people here that have a pride issue, and that is a huge factor behind why we've had to walk away and just accept the fact that this person is stuck in their ways. Now, I also feel like CEOs of companies, they've been really abusive. I see a lot of references to money laundering, unscrupulous deeds going on when it comes to policy, when it comes to, how one should be running a business properly. There's definitely a lot of underhanded things and illegal activity that may be coming to light with certain CEOs here. People that are causing inflation, causing a recession, or planning on doing this and causing this. I also see that when it comes to work, there could be a situation where we may have a really abusive boss. So with everything that's going around concerning our health, they're still demanding that you show up to work. And if you miss a day, they're cutting your hours, or they're cutting you from the job completely. And I feel like a lot of us are really starting to focus on what's best for us, focus on new beginnings, and focus on whatever ideas that we have. We are allowing whatever has been in its gestation period to be birthed into the physical realm. We're starting to feel inspired, motivated, and ready to move forward when it comes to making changes, when it comes to, our creative abilities as a whole. Now, some of us could be expecting a child, or someone else could be expecting a child just because they've been sleeping around, or someone's thinking about this here. I also feel like this is all about forward movement and reigniting our passions. So when it comes to anything artistic, some of us may have been sitting on a lot of ideas and not really acting on them, but now finally we're ready. We feel like we're in the right place mentally and emotionally to finally bring it into the physical realm. Some of us could quite literally be planting seeds. So planting seeds in other people's minds, planting seeds quite literally in the garden, and getting ready, to see these things come to fruition. Now, what's interesting to me is that with all of the one-sided relationships and, with this energy here, the Six of Pentacles reversed, this is for all zodiac signs. It's in the title. Six of Pentacles reversed is all about dealing with debts. So if some of us have been stressing about that, we're starting to find more opportunities to supplement our income. We're starting to find more ways to create multiple streams of income as well. Some of us may be becoming entrepreneurs, things like that. So especially when it comes to budgeting and saving up money, investing, things like that, this is where we start to see that, you know, we're starting to have more of a positive belief system, more of a positive outlook on ourselves. Now, Six of Pentacles reversed, especially when it comes to relationships, anybody that's, you know, displayed one-sided relationships, or maybe they're just doing nice things, you know, maybe they're getting us gifts, or, you know, maybe they're doing things or generous things, expecting something in return. And we've picked up on that as well. So we're not really falling for the okie doke, but when it comes to debts, we are rectifying these things. And if we're currently stressing about these things, we are going to find ways to overcome that. Now, I see a lot going on when it comes to spirituality and tapping into our higher self. Now, this kind of goes back to integration of the shadow self. And a lot of us who are already embarking upon that journey have taken the right steps forward to be able to integrate the shadow self. And now I'm seeing that we are starting to tap into our full potential. Now, a lot of us may be fearing our ability to manifest. And maybe we're fearing that maybe we won't be able to manifest. We're fearing that maybe, you know, we will be stuck in the same sort of energetic vicious cycle that we've been in the past. But now I see that this is shifting because we're a lot more hopeful. We're a lot more optimistic about this new beginning and stepping into the unknown. Now, I also see, especially when it comes to spell work, when it comes to, you know, meditation and tapping into your abilities, we're starting to rise to greater heights. Now, this situation with the wheel reversed is all about things not going in someone's favor when it comes to karmic cycles. So somebody may get something canceled unexpectedly. So we already talked about canceled travel plans, but there could also be a situation here where there's going to be an unexpected ending with a situation here. And it's because intuitively we picked up what somebody was thinking that they weren't putting down. We picked it up a long time ago. Because High Priestess, and we made a decision to keep to ourselves, and we're not telling anybody about our next move. We're not telling anybody about our plans or any of that. We're focused on moving forward. Now, we may not be getting caught up in what's going on in the family for those dealing with any chaos or conflict going on within the home or the family. And now, even though we see this wheel reversed, it doesn't mean that, you know, nothing is going to go right. It just means that currently, you know, with everything going on, a lot of unexpected changes may be thrust upon us. There's definitely somebody here that's going to have to hit rock bottom before they can make any changes. And I think that we also realize that as well. So there's somebody that is just, they're all over the place. Their energy is scattered. You know, maybe they're staying up all night, or they're not able to channel their energy properly. They're not able to focus. And it's because of all of these external things going on. And, you know, with this Ace of Swords, somebody is confused about us not talking to them anymore. We're not falling for the same thing. Maybe they've been trying to reach out to us and we're not talking anymore. Or maybe we finally spoke our piece, spoke our truth, and then decided to not speak anymore. And somebody is really confused about that. And, you know, I feel like, especially when it comes to that Emperor reversed, that alone is very narcissistic energy, or someone with cluster B personality disorders. And I see a lot of family and relationship references. So it's not just a fatherly figure or you know, someone in the family. I also see that it has a lot to do with friends and love interests as well. So some of us are starting to see some of the red flags that may be coming up with certain people. And maybe we may have wanted to move forward with someone at first, but then we started seeing some of the same patterns that maybe we've already left behind. Now, the Five of Swords reversed, I feel like we've already come out of conflict. We've dealt with enough people who have tried to one-up us at every turn. And at this point now, we're just working on releasing resentments. I also feel like there could be some people around us right now that are displaying these resentments towards us. So it could be that somebody resents their child, or, there's a lot of resentment concerning someone's parents as well. And as we're working on releasing this, we are finally opening ourselves up to change and not allowing the fear of the unknown to consume us. Now, this Princess of Cups reversed, I feel like we're not telling people how we feel, and we know that somebody's being deceptive and that they've been telling lies, outright lies, or they've just been telling half truths, and we're able to see past the veil. And instead of expressing how we feel towards this person, we know that, especially dealing with narcissists or cluster B personality disordered people, we know that we can't tell them how we feel, because then they'll try to, deflect, or they'll try to blame shift, or they'll gaslight. So we've learned some of these things, and we've realized that, again, when it goes back to people that are just all over the place, especially with people that sleep around, or people that are, they have anger issues, they have no impulse control, and they're just all over the place. We realize that we can't deal with that because they themselves are not resolving any of their own inner issues. And so therefore, regardless of whether we try to, speak logically to this person or express ourselves to this person, it's not going to make a difference. Now, a lot of us are really dealing with workplace and family references for sure. And a lot of things are still left in the dark, because I see this moon card coming out. So some of us could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces within the family, or they could have this somewhere in their chart. Some of us are working through some resentments concerning that may have been gossiping a lot, people that have, dropped the ball, maybe they couldn't take care of us, and be the parents that we needed them to be when it comes to resentments towards parents. I also see that there could be someone here that, may have felt blocked emotionally, or someone is just not confessing how they truly feel, because maybe they truly feel nothing, or they're just too insecure to express that. There's too much pride, and they don't know how to put it aside. So it's always going to be a problem. Now here, especially when it comes to the subconscious and our psychic abilities, all of the psychic downloads that we've received thus far are showing us the way forward. So even when things are chaotic right now, and even when things look bleak, we're still able to see what we catch up to pay off certain debts. There could be somebody here that's not wanting to pay back what they owe. So somebody is getting away with not paying for whatever money they said that they would pay back, or there's a lot going on when it comes to imbalanced relationships, I see as well. And we know when somebody is just being nice or giving us things because it's not for them being genuinely generous. It's because they want something. And I also feel like a lot of people here are more concerned with money, especially family here. And we've had to complete a cycle here. Some of us are dealing with a divorce. Some of us may be shelling out a lot of money due to a breakup or divorce, or because we've had to shell out a lot of expenses when it comes to, preparing, getting canned food, getting whatever it is that we need to prepare, especially to those that are experiencing shutdowns in their area. Now, there could be some curfews being set when it comes to certain areas, and there could be an issue where somebody is having to cancel going to work. Maybe some of us had an interview lined up, and now we have to cancel that because of everything that's going on externally. So this is where this wheel reverse comes in, because there are a lot of external influences that seem to throw a wrench in our plans. But I feel like there's a blessing in disguise in all of what's happening now, whether it looks that way or not. Now, especially when it comes to family references, some of us could be dealing with broken homes. Maybe we're having to deal with custody battles. Somebody is not being honest within this custody battle, and so it's sucking somebody dry financially. And I just feel like somebody's dropping the ball here. Somebody's really frustrated with how things are going. But I feel like things are seriously going to turn around in our favor, because although things are not being revealed to us just yet, subconsciously and intuitively, we know what's up. And soon enough, we will be liberated and we will be setting ourselves free and completing the cycle. And there could be a lot of people that's coming around, expressing their opinions or saying that they don't like the way that we think, or they don't like what we said, or, maybe there's just a clash of opinions, or maybe we had high hopes for someone. We thought that they were going to change for the better, but they're just not changing. A lot of people here is referencing to that. And especially when it comes to certain circumstances, some of us are waiting for things to improve, which I do see that they will, but there's still a lot going on where there could be a situation where we have to give up on something or someone. Somebody could be very opinionated about certain things, but they're not speaking facts. And so there could be a lot of misinformation that's going around right now concerning what's going on. So things may be made to be a lot worse than they really are, just so somebody here can benefit for themselves. A money grab is what I'm hearing. An extreme deception. There are lies being told. We're being lied to about what's going on. We're being lied to about the numbers of what's going on with everything around us. We're being lied to outright. Somebody could be trying to bribe people, send them money so they can, get that vote in. Bribe people to make it look like, they're really trying to help, but really they're just trying to serve themselves, as they always have. A lot of us are starting to come across certain people that are kindred spirits. So, to the light workers out there, the empaths and everybody in between, we're starting to see that by liberating ourselves from toxic family situations and from the toxicity that's going on around us, and not stressing ourselves out about it, and not listening to everybody's opinions, and not listening to, people spreading misinformation. Now we're starting to realize that we're able to finally be happy. Hi, Cat Tarot. I don't know why the message was deleted. Cat Tarot, welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. I don't know how you fix that, but don't delete the message, please. Thank you so much, Cat Tarot. I'm so glad that you got the email. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And please, I would be forever grateful if we could get these messages out there. I know that a lot of us have been very stressed out about what's going on with everything that's going on. But guys, keep in mind that we're not being told the full story. And there's a lot of fear mongering going on. And what's worse and what spreads faster than this CVS, we're going to call it that, is fear. A lot more people will be experiencing more health issues due to fear mongering and the stress placed upon our minds and our bodies. Thank you so much, Cat Tarot. I really appreciate that. She says, you're beautiful in and out. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just keep in mind, you guys, that divide and conquer is what I'm hearing from my guides. And a lot of people are falling for it. I also saw that there was supposed to be a shutdown in my area, for example, and someone was spreading that on social media. And then the mayor had to come out and say that that wasn't true. So a lot of opposing, opinions, and people are not really telling you the real facts. They're not telling you the truth. And this releasing people from jail, that's not making any sense. When I saw the story about someone in Houston that was a murder suspect that got released, that doesn't make any sense. Thank you very much, Cat Tarot. Awesome. Fear will be normal in 2020. Lots of retrograde planets. Well, you know what? The good thing about that is that can be changed. Although there's fear mongering going on around us, we must be able to use discernment. Open your eyes, tap into your intuition. How does your body feel? You may feel fearful, but how does your body feel? What's coming through to you in your dreams? What messages are coming through the divine? The more we tap into that, the more we will see the truth. Confused and, don't tune in. Tune into the divine. Don't stress yourself about what cannot be controlled or what is outside of our control. Thank you so much, Pretty Ears. I really appreciate that. She says, hi, pretty lady. Hair on point as always. Thank you. But what I see, and we're going to wrap this up because I see a lot of this here. A lot of us are going to realize that everything that we've been told, it's going to turn out to be okay, period, point blank. So when it comes to work, we're not going to have to worry about that so much, especially when it comes to not, there was a bill passed about people not being able to be evicted. Now, I'm not sure how far that goes or how many people that applies to, but just keep in mind, a lot of people are going to be seeing through these bribes that's going on, a lot of underhanded illegal things that are going on, and nobody's going to stay silent. When we talk about the mark of the beast, and I'm going to suggest a few channels to you guys. I watch the Scariest Movie Ever channel. I watch Truth Unedited. I watch Truth Unveiled 777. I watch Stranger Than Fiction. And I also watch End Time Productions. I suggest that all of you guys go check out those channels and go pay attention to what's being said. You don't have to believe everything that's being said, but use discernment to see through what's really going on. Most of the stories that I've seen thus far is that the reason for all of this is all about wanting to start a war and wanting to cause an economic reset so we can go to electronic currency, so we can start moving into getting the mark of the beast. And a lot of people are going to start waking up to what's really going on. And this right here, it's going to get worse before it gets better when it comes to stress, and when it comes to being tormented mentally, and when it comes to, nightmares, not getting sleep. Some of us that have trouble sleeping, I would suggest melatonin, working out, meditation, and not tuning into the fear mongering. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what we hear from this person or that person, at the end of the day, we can't really do anything to change what's going on, but we can educate ourselves on what as much as we can. So that's why I suggest those channels. I'm going to say it one more time. The Scariest Movie Ever is a channel that I watch. Truth Unveiled 777, Truth Unedited, Stranger Than Fiction, and End Times Productions. Oh, and Black Child Upload. That's another channel that I watch. Those are good truther channels to really see what's really going on. A lot of people are just spreading what they think, but it's not really what's going on. So that will help you to pull out of this. Now, also, Kat Tarot brought it up. I also see that, seeing as how Kat Tarot mentioned my email that I sent out about that message to all light workers, I see that is manifesting. So don't sow seeds of doubt. Everybody, please go tune into that message. Please take part in it and please share it. Kat Tarot already said she was going to share it, so good. But everybody else, I need you guys to do your part, because this is what will set us free. And I also saw that with the Starman. Now, keep in mind, you guys, before I did that chant, I took a spiritual bath and I did the same thing in it. And there's no manipulating that. So it's done. But the more people that we have chanting with that message, the more power it will give. So do your part, you guys. Please go check that out and share it, because I see a lot of beautiful things. We will be able to make progress. I see people in the public eye here. We'll start to see more growth. People will start to, recognize us here. People will start to, give us more recognition. People will start to be, more receptive to what we have to say, more receptive to our creative abilities and our talents and gifts. The more we tap into our creativity, the healthier, we will feel. It will be a lot more healthy for ourselves to tap into our creativity, to tap into meditation and exercise, and that doggone light workers, the message to all the light workers. And this is what we will be able to see. 9 of Pentacles. A lot of us are really starting to realize that we don't need, to be with anybody to feel validated. We don't need certain family members to give us what they never could give us to feel validated. We no longer, feel like we need to depend on anybody, to be able to have financial security or stability. A lot of us may decide to use our hobbies and our gifts and abilities to be able to manifest this abundance here. And I see that we will be able to harvest the fruits of our labor. So when it comes to our karmic debts that have been paid off, all of the good karma that we have accumulated throughout our lifetime, we will be able to harvest the fruits of all of that. We need to change the mindset to a more positive one and to liberate ourselves from the chaos. There was a reading that I did for Capricorn, and it's quite interesting that it was for this month. And I'm hearing the same phrase a lot. Order out of chaos was the title of Capricorn's reading. So some of you guys may be dealing with a Capricorn or know a Capricorn, or whatever the case may be. But that phrase, order out of chaos, has been used in mainstream media outlets as well as these truther channels that I've been saying. So it's quite interesting that that came through in the reading. And although it may have a more sinister meaning to those, that are working against us, they don't realize that they're actually helping the ascension process. Because when we deal with obstacles and hardships, trials and tribulations, when we deal with stressors, and we learn to, liberate ourselves, we learn how to work around these energies, it strengthens us. It teaches us how to forward in the face of adversity. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. I'm glad to see you all. And I really feel like right now, we're, if anything, we prefer it. So we really don't have time to entertain childish people. There could be somebody that has kids, but they themselves act like a child, leaving their children to have to raise themselves. There's definitely a lot of fire sign references. So somebody could have fire in their chart. A female and a male here, where it's a toxic relationship, but they stay together because it's the sex is good or whatever the case may be, or they have kids together and they're trying to work it out because of that, but they're looking past the fact that this person's not going to change. Somebody's dealing with a narcissist and they're choosing to ignore it because either the sex is good or maybe they're a provider or whatever the case may be. But when we realize that we enjoy our own company and that we don't need anybody else to be validated or to be happy, therein lies where we will be liberated. And therein lies where we will start to see growth. Therein lies where we will start to ascend and progress in our path and journey of ascension. I'm hearing from my guides that chant that I did earlier, and to all of the spiritual workings that will be done by those of you who have done spiritual works, I see a lot of 9s, and that's telling me that it's already done in the spiritual realm. So you may not see anything happening just yet, but give it time. And when you do see it working, stay silent about your plans, stay silent about your next move. Be conservative with your finances. And this is what you have to look forward to. But somebody has to make a decision to choose themselves and to be on their own. But somebody's fearing being alone. And I feel like, to the creators out there, to those that are artistic, don't allow, other people and their opinions to stop you from what you're doing. That hit home. I didn't even expect that to hit home, but that hit home. Other people's opinions have no bearing on fact, and other people's opinions have nothing to do with who you are. And we know this, right? But some of us, we all have insecurities. So some of us may need to work on these things. Some of us may not have, put certain ideas creatively out there because of the fear of what other people will say, because other people in the family did not celebrate us, because, maybe even our parents may have told us that we'd never be shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. You're this, you're that. You're never going to amount to be anything. But then when we start to see that they were wrong and always have been wrong, we start to turn this up right the more that we tap into our creativity. But some of us need to really focus on shadow work. And like I said, I'm going to be posting my childhood abuse video up, as well as that integration of the shadow self. And I really feel like that will help a lot of you guys that may be dealing with this energy as well. I also feel like, especially with this Princess of Wands reversed, there's somebody that's really pessimistic. They're insecure. They have a negative mindset. And we notice when we hang around them or when we talk to them, it gets projected onto us. Or as empaths, we have to be careful, because I have a Pisces moon, and Pisces, we are the keeper of souls. And Pisces, it's a double-edged sword being the wounded healer, because when we're around certain people, we don't realize that we are such strong empaths. And that can go for anybody, not just Pisces, but Pisces moon especially. We end up absorbing other people's karmic lessons and karmic debts, just by being around them and entertaining them. And that's why certain people, may be feeling blocked creatively, maybe feeling insecure when normally they wouldn't feel insecure. Maybe starting to pick up on other people's pessimistic thoughts, or realizing that other people are always saying, oh, I hate this, I hate that. They never have anything positive to say. We're done with this. We blocked a lot of people, you guys. And to the people that have been blocked, I see a fire and a water sign that have been blocked so far. And we're done. Some of us may be, feeling of loneliness during this time where we're kind of locking down in our homes, but don't feed into that too much, because loneliness and being alone are two totally different things. But the one thing that they have in common is that they're both a state of mind. So just because you're alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. But if your perception of being alone is loneliness, therein lies where the paradigm shift needs to take place. Issues, they're tormented by their own minds. And that's why they've been so abusive. But they choose not to face themselves. They choose not to, work through any of their unresolved traumas from the past. And so therefore they're doomed to continue to repeat it. Somebody is focusing on the way that their father treated their mother. And so then in turn, they became their mother and father. And then they ended up neglecting their children. That's what I'm seeing. Any canceled travel plan? Yo, we got two cards. The King of Wands reversed, the Emperor reversed. Dude, this person is blocked. They're pissed off, dude. They're pissed that they don't have control over us anymore. Some of us, this is a fatherly figure. They're pissed that we're standing up for ourselves. They're blocked. They can't get through. Look. Somebody's pissed that we canceled travel plans. Somebody's pissed that we said we're done. Somebody's pissed that we're finally standing up for ourselves and choosing ourselves over them, when maybe in the past we just kept giving them chance after chance after chance after chance and hurting ourselves in the process. But now that pride, that ego, it's bruised. And now they're acting out like a child. So prepare for the smear campaigns. Prepare for the finger pointing. Prepare for the outright lies and defamation of character. Prepare for the fabrication of documents and evidence. Prepare for somebody trying to pay somebody off to get out of jail free card. Prepare for somebody here, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus energy coming up. They may be blocked. And they feel like they should have a say when things are done and over. But now they're pissed that we chose ourselves for once in our lives. A lot of us really that applies to. For once, you finally are like, you know what? I don't need this shit. Never needed this shit. And I'm not going to deal with this shit today. Not today, not any day. Nope. No, you can't come over and sleep with me. Yeah, the D may be good or whatever. The P may be good or whatever. But other than that, I deserve more than that. I'm worth more than that. And I will never settle for less. And just for that anyway. There's a womanizer energy here, you guys. They look down on women. They're abusive to women. Somebody might be undercover, you guys. And that's why they do what they do. Undercover in the justice system, undercover sexually. So then they try to tear you down so nobody ever finds out the real truth. But somebody's lies are getting ready to come out because all that's been done in darkness is getting ready to come out. Everybody's going to see somebody's true colors when it's all said and done. So be prepared, but don't let it shake you. To the bosses out there, guys, some of you guys may really be contemplating a career change, and it's time. Because your boss is really, you know, they're skimming off the budget, or they're cutting hours, or they're, you know, giving you an ungodly amount of hours that's just not humanly possible to keep up with. They call you in, you know, when they know damn well nobody's supposed to be out in the streets, you know, people getting sick, falling out, and they still want to call you in. It's supposed to be your off day. They're calling you in. You're supposed to be taking care of your kids. They're calling you in. Somebody was really trying to play the good guy or whatever just to get sex, and we picked up on that. So now somebody's pissed off because their little narcissistic supply that they had racked up, that they may have triangulated us with, it ain't there no more. Somebody is fighting themselves. And they're fighting their demons, and they will forever fight their demons because they choose to ignore the pink elephant in the room. Somebody could be a drunk or a drug user. Maybe somebody here uses sex as a weapon just to create a false connection. So you think, oh, well, they do really well in bed and they make me feel things that I've never felt before. But that's all to create a soul tie. Because they know that they don't have anything else to offer. They only have sex and money to offer, and that's it. There's a father here that's just not, they're incapable of being a good father here, you guys. But I'm going to tell you like this. Their life is falling apart at the seams. And some of you guys may be picking up on whatever it is that they're feeling right now. But keep it moving. Somebody feels left out in the cold, you know, we stopped putting time into it because they were always defensive. And every time we tried to be honest with them or have, an adult conversation, they were always, just real paranoid or thinking everybody's out to get them all the time or just causing a lot of problems, throwing up roadblocks. They got this wall built up like, just all around them like Fort fucking Knox. Clashing with everybody that they're talking to. And here we are, chilling. Centered. They thought they had us. They thought they had us, didn't they? They thought they silenced you. They thought they silenced you. They thought they stopped you. They thought they had you, didn't they? You better tell them they better think again. Because at the end of the day, they know that we win. The game is over. All the games are over. That goes for everybody, not just people in romantic relationships, not just friends, not just family. That goes for everybody. People in government, people in the justice system. Oh no, this is, they thought they had you, didn't they? They're shocked. They're pissed. They don't have any money. Everything is falling apart. Thank you for coming through, Kat Tara. It's been nice seeing you. Glad to see you in here. Hope to see you again. But good night to you and peace and love, dear. But I'm getting ready to wrap this up, y'all. I know this has been going on for a while, but there's a reason. It's not just the cards that I'm reading here. I ain't even really reading the cards anymore. It's just straight channeling. Somebody could be feeling like they're getting headaches sometimes, or feeling like a scratchy throat, or, just weird stuff like that. Stress. Some of you guys could be shaking, anxiety, picking up on somebody's anxiety. It's over. It's over. And you know what's funny, you guys? I'm going to put this to the side. Hopefully you guys got all the messages you needed. But I want to share something with you guys. I have a feeling that I know it's multiple people that we're referring to with this reading. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. When y'all hear my childhood abuse story, I already have a feeling that somebody is really going to be pissed off that I'm not silent anymore. Which is why it took me so damn long to actually record it. I've been very fearful about the reaction and what's going on, but I finally decided to set myself free because it's not about how they feel anymore. I've been focused on how everybody else feels and not wanting to rock the boat. But you know what? My intention is not to rock the boat. My intention is to set myself free and to liberate myself. Like how we talked about back with the sun. My purpose or my intention is to bring that whatever's been done in darkness to light. So everybody in your family that thought that the lies and the smear campaign and all that stuff was going to work out, and to the narcissists that we may have dated in the past that thought that the smear campaign was going to work. Now everybody's starting to find out the truth, and now everybody's starting to turn on. Watch. You know what? I'm free. I'm free now. I don't give a damn if they validate how I feel. I'm setting myself free. And I'm going to help those in my community who may be dealing with the same things. So, with that being said, you guys, I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. Y'all are some real ones. And I will be back soon. So stay tuned for those videos. Once again, guys, please, please, please share that video and get it out to as many people as possible. I'd really appreciate it. I know deep in my soul, deep in my bones, that that message and that chant is going to make a huge difference. And the more people, I'm telling you, I have a feeling that that's going to blow up. And it's going to be a lot bigger than I anticipated. So do your part, you guys. Please share. Loved you guys. Clemmer, welcome to Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. It's okay you missed it, but watch the playback when it's done processing. Just give it about 10 or 15 minutes to finish processing. She made that back move. That is hilarious. Good. She was probably being greedy. But other than that, y'all, love y'all. Good night. Until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.